Wait. Let's rewind. Benson Boone. He is the new big fat. Everybody either wants to be him or want to be with him. Literally, the entire world is obsessed with one dude. And I discovered him back when he only had a few thousand followers on Instagram and was posting his first EP, Ghost Town, or single, I guess. And I loved him. I thought he was cool. I really liked Ghost Town. I downloaded it. And then I completely forgot about him up until about 2.5 years ago when he released his first album, the Fire and Roller Skates one, or whatever it's called. And I went to his concert. And this video is going to be my thoughts on it. And just my thoughts on Benson Boone in general. Because as someone that is neutral, they're not a super fan, but they know basically all of his songs just because that's kind of how it works. And also because half of me hates him and the other half of me likes him. Because the half of me that doesn't want to be part of everybody else and like wants to be different hates him. But the part of me that actually recognizes the talent that he does have likes him. And so mainly, what was that? Must have been the wind. Here's the thing, okay? I haven't been to many concerts in my life, and the ones that I have been to have been Christian artists, so I haven't really felt the energy in a stadium for a trending pop culture pop artist before. And the energy in the Benson Boone concert, and also just in the crowd for the Benson Boone concert waiting to go in, was insane. And just the energy to actually be able to go to the concert and waiting to get in and just being hyped to get into the concert is something that I really have not experienced before. I'll have photos roll up on the screen as I'm talking, but basically, it was about 1,500 people that attended. It was a 2.5 hour long concert, not including his opener, which actually I really liked. Benson Boone does a thing where he has a special opener every concert and then he has a special cover every concert. And I'll be talking about the cover later in this video. That fake Elvis guy opened for him. I'll put his name up here for my concert. And I actually really like him. I was surprised that he opened for Benson Boone. They didn't seem like they would, you know, be friends. However, it was dope and I was very glad that he did, and his voice was incredible. I'll put some clips up here for you guys. But yeah, loved the opening. Also, so Benson Boone, his show has 3 acts. In the first act, we have I Want to Be the One You Call, Wanted Man, Sorry I'm Here for Someone Else, Man and Me, Drunk in My Mind, Slow It Down, and Be Someone. Act 2 has Mystical Magical, Pretty Slowly, In the Stars, and then a 3-in-1, almost like a reprise almost, of Let Me Go, There She Goes, and Sugar Sweet. He combines all 3 of those songs into about a 3-minute song. And then that transitions into Take Me Home. And then his third act includes Young American Heart, Mr. Electric Blue, the cover that he does, Mama Song, Love of Mine, Reminds Me of You, and Beautiful Things. And then he leaves the stage, everybody starts crying, everybody's screaming, everybody wants an encore, and then he comes back out and does Cry. So that is a total of 20 songs on his set list. And this is the format for every single one of his concerts. And he is going to be doing concerts for the next month or 2, so definitely try to get a ticket if you can. So after the opener, basically nothing happens for about 20 minutes or so, while Benson Boone is, you know, in his jumpsuits and practicing his backflips and all this stuff. And then Benson Boone, like, jukes the audience, basically, and acts like he's about to come out, and then he doesn't. He did that 3 or 4 times. And so he'll pretend to come out, lights will dim, songs start playing, and then it'll stop. And he did that literally a bunch. There were 4 times where he legit did it, and there were just a couple times where the music would stop in the playlist, and then everybody would start screaming because they thought he was going to come out, and he didn't. But then when he came out, it was probably one of the loudest things I have ever heard. I wish I had brought my Apple Watch to scan the decibels, but it was literal bone rattling how loud that auditorium was. And he was just aura farming the whole time, dude. Like, he comes out and it's just aura farming. It's so unnecessary. I got a video of every single one of his performances, and he just aura farms the entire time. For Mystical Magical, he's flipping, riding a chandelier throughout the auditorium. It's insane. And the main thing that I was worried about, because a lot of his songs just sound kind of screamy, and I personally was not the biggest fan of his newest album. I know, come at me, it's fine. But I only say that because I like his slower ballad style songs, and I'm not saying the songs in his new album are bad at all. They are very good. They're awesome, to be honest. It's just specifically some of them, he's like trying to do a style of music that it doesn't necessarily best fit his vibe and what he has kind of performed in the past. And so that's the only reason why I say his newest album isn't my absolute favorite. I really like his earlier stuff, his EPs and all that kind of stuff. One of my favorite songs by him is Before You. Like those kinds of songs, I think Benson Boone really thrives in writing and performing and singing. Because let his voice shine a lot. But with the newer songs, with the exception of like I Want to Be the One You Call, Wanted Man, Take Me Home, Mama Song, Remind Me of You, those songs, like, okay, now that I'm actually looking at it, all the songs are fantastic. But really specifically Mama Song and I believe Reminds Me of You, Take Me Home and Mama Song are just so peak. Also, he actually sounds better live than he does on his recordings. I think Benson Boone, his songs, who he is, his vibe, who he is performance-wise, I think he's designed, and his songs are designed for a tour, especially this album. I feel like this album was intentionally designed to be toured. It's a 10-song album. That is literally 4 songs away from being an EP. Most albums are anywhere from 12 to 20 songs. And like to compare it to Fireworks and Rollerblades, so I was almost there, his last album is 16 songs long. 15 if you don't include intro. So I really feel like this album specifically, his American Art album was specifically designed for American Heart Tour because it just seamless. His album is genuinely so built for the energy and the sing-along aspect of a tour and of a concert. And so you can really tell that in the songs, because some artists will write songs and then they will find a way to make them into a concert song. They make a kind of rendition so that they can do it in a concert, but all of his songs on his American Heart album are exactly the same for his American Heart Tour. And it's just like, I have no doubt in my mind that this album was very, very designed for a tour. I think the best performance, without a doubt, like genuinely best performance is Mystical Magical. And I know the song is getting such hate, but also it's becoming iconic. Like for first little bit when it came out as the single, I think everybody hated it. It was memed on, it was being like clowned, all the stuff. And then I think now people are getting warmed up to it. And I also think now it is becoming slowly iconic. The whole Mystical Magical, Moonbeam Ice Cream, Taking Off Your Blue Jeans, all of that stuff, right? It's just made up words, but some of the most iconic songs throughout history have literally just included complete gibberish. They haven't had anything like any kind of meaning behind some of the words in the songs. And so Mystical Magical including that, I feel like we live in a culture now, it's 2025, and everybody is so incredibly opinionated all the flipping time. And everybody has to have an opinion. Like, I'm making a YouTube video on my opinion of the guy's concert. And so, because of like social media, everybody wants to share their opinion, everybody feels like their opinion is worth hearing, and everyone's feelings are valid, but not everybody's opinion is worth hearing. No. I don't think that. That's a joke, guys. I'm sorry. That wasn't a funny joke. That was a joke, though. So I just feel like Mystical Magical was way overhated when it first came out. I hated it 100% too. It wasn't until me and my girlfriend have an inside joke where I tell her she is so moonbeam ice cream, right? And like that kind of boyfriend girlfriend stuff, but like I've done it with one of my best friends, I do it with my brother, so like I also say things aren't very mystical. That's not very mystical magical of you, you know? It's a meme and a joke to me for the longest time, which made me hate the song less because I wasn't looking at it from just a song perspective and more looking at it from a fun perspective. And I think that's part of the thing too, is now everybody's such a critic. You watch a movie and you talk about how the pacing was off and the characters weren't developed all the way or very clearly, and like the formatting of this and that, and it's like, just enjoy the movie, you know? And I think it's the same way with songs now. Everybody's talking about how the song didn't have very much emotional weight and the lyrics didn't make sense and it didn't all tie together for a big finish at the end, and just all of this stuff. The dude wrote a song. He's a flipping millionaire, and he made a song called Mystical Magical, which is very obviously just a fun song that was fun for him to make, and he made it. He put moonbeam ice cream, taking off your blue jeans, dancing at the movies because it feels so mystical, magical, and he literally said that it means nothing. There is no weight behind the lyrics. He just did it for fun. And so I think as consumers, we should also have fun with it, like the artists that have fun with it while they're making it. But I digest. I think the set list was absolutely peak. Benson Boone was flipping all over the place. He was also jumping a lot, so like he would jump off of something high and then he could have easily done a flip, and instead he just jumped, which I get because, you know, do a bunch of flips, you're gonna be really tired. And he was singing with his mic on. He wasn't lip syncing, which I think was great, and you could tell. And a lot of his songs he was singing and like he would do something different that he didn't do in the recording, and I'm like, dang, I wish I had that version on recording. And so he sounds incredible. It's like I buried my faith with you, screaming at a God, still holding on to everything that's fading on. Live. I think that's the most important thing here, because a lot of artists sometimes don't sound very good live, or don't sound as good live as they do in the recordings. And also, I think we can also be really hard on artists saying that their fame is due to auto-tune and ghostwriters and not actual talent. Whether or not you think anybody else has actual talent or not, Benson Boone does have actual talent. And if you are a hater, you are 100% allowed to be a hater. Just listen to some of his stuff live, and whether or not you like his songs or not, the man is very, very, very talented. And I think that's part of the reason he's doing the cover for this tour, because number one, the album only has 10 songs, and number two, because people said he doesn't have any talent when the album came out, and especially when the Mystical Magical single came out. And so I think he is using these covers as a way to get us to recognize he does actually have talent, and also just because it's fun for artists to sing other artists' songs, you know? Be able to sing a song that you enjoy that isn't necessarily part of your set list. And also because it's kind of a marketing genius tactic, because every single concert is going to be a little bit different, because he's going to sing a different song at every single tour along with different openers. And so it gives you a sense of, I need to actually be at the concert. I can't just watch the concert online and stuff. I got really into the concert. I went with my girlfriend because of my girlfriend, and she got me a ticket. She printed me this thing for my graduation. The main reason I was going is because I was going to a concert with my girlfriend, because at the time I was part of the demographic of guys that just doesn't like Benson Boone, thinks that he doesn't have talent and he just kind of screams and everything. And I've listened to him more and actually taken the time to learn his songs, to listen to his discography, and just actually learn about the dude. And I have come to the personal decision that I do like Benson Boone. I don't listen to Benson Boone just the guy, like I'll hit Benson Boone on Spotify and just let it shuffle. I don't do that. But I don't dislike any of his songs, you know? And there are songs of his that are some of my favorite songs. And so when you are talking about whether or not the tour is worth it, and you're talking about whether or not the man actually has talent, and going to a concert is worth it. Just the hype of the concert and the vibe of the concert and his actual performance in the concert, his crowd work, the way he talks to the crowd, the stories he tells, the things that he says. Here's some quotes on the screen of things that he said on the concert that my girlfriend specifically wrote down and put in her quotes notes app, because the dude is just funny and he's personable and he's charismatic and he definitely rizzes people up. You know, don't like him, just go to a concert and he will rizz you up successfully and you will start to like him. And he doesn't not wear a shirt as much as I was expecting. He wore clothes. His shirts were open. For the first little bit, he was wearing a black tank top, and I was like, okay, wait, gonna wear a shirt the whole time. And then he did a quick clothes change, and then he was wearing an open Benson Boone jacket, and then he was wearing an open blazer, and then he was wearing another kind of open blazer. And so, I mean, in complete honesty, if I had, you know, abs, right, and like I looked good shirtless, I would probably go around shirtless more often than I do. I don't think anybody has seen me with a shirt off in like 6 years. And so the way his concerts are formatted as well is just so peak. He gave all of his musicians a time to shine as well. Especially guitarist, which by the way, she's sick. She's really, really cool. And she's good at guitar as well. And it's just like, the concert was a really, 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 really well designed concert. I don't think there's any part of it that I'm like, about, you know? It's a good concert. He's a good artist. He's a good performer. He's a good entertainer. And if you are wanting to go to one of his concerts, I would. If you're watching this and his tour is already over, next time he goes on a concert, if the tickets aren't too expensive, go crazy, you know? At the very end, he'd run through the entire crowd, like pit, and the pit he does run in like basic 5 every single one of them. So if you wanted to get a pit ticket, go crazy. Tickets really far, let's see. In the middle of the stage, tickets are $350. In pit, they are $240. All the way in the back is $113, $137, $111, $152. There's all the way in the back, $65 a ticket. But any kind of concert is going to be really expensive. And I do think that Benson Boone is worth it, in complete honesty. He's a great entertainer, and if you stay until 2 a.m., you get to meet the guy, which is awesome. And personally, my favorite part of the tour is that he actually encourages his fans to dress up for the tour. Like me, my girlfriend, and her family all dressed up in America, right? People also pull up and they're dressed like Benson Boone. So it's not come and wear my merch, come and buy some merch so you can wear my merch at my concert. It's come and wear something America themed. Come and wear something that looks like me. I almost bought a blue jumpsuit and then they were all either sold out or they're gonna get to me in time. But like, that's the thing about Benson Boone, is he cares about his fans and how they have fun. He will take the time to like tell us stories and be personable with us.
You don't like him, or maybe you just don't like him in general, and that's fine. It happens. Not the best, not the worst. But a couple years ago, somebody came into my life that I did not particularly love, and well, I wrote a song about it, and now it is one of my favorite songs to perform live. If you know the words, please sing along. This song is called Drunk in My Mind.
For The Stars, which he did do his last concert as well, he actually asks the entire crowd to be silent in honor of who the song is about. Because you guys don't know, Into the Stars, the lore of the song is it's about somebody that died near and dear to him. And so he asks for No kind of craziness, no screaming. If you want to sing along, you can. But more respectful approach to the concert experience. And last tour he did for his Fireworks and Roller Skates tour, or Rollerblades, he actually asked people not to take videos. So it's the most respectful it can be. And so I respect that of him. And also continuing to do his best to have fun and to not he's a good performer because he just went through a breakup, you know, still performing, still giving us a really good show, even though he's probably hurting a lot right now just from the breakup. I don't know the full extent of what happened. He hasn't really talked about it publicly, but I know what it feels like to get broken up with and how like crappy it can be. And so still giving us a performance worth coming to, which I mean is kind of his responsibility to, because we paid hundreds of dollars to come see him, right? But it's still something that I respect about him, just because he's still taking the time to, because he's still doing his best to not kind of concert at all. Because I know there have been other artists that have gone through something traumatic in their life, and then it has definitely like hindered concert a little bit. And while they're all humans, and like it's to have emotions and to be in pain and to feel that, there's a difference between putting all your hurt and trauma onto your fans because you're not feeling good, so you're not in the mood to do the concert, and that, and being vulnerable with your fans, and then continuing to perform and bring joy to your fans. So he's doing a really good job with that too, and I respect that.
Thank you all for coming to the show tonight.
Did you like tonight?
Yes, I loved it.
What was your favorite song?
Either Drunk in My Mind or Mr. Electric Blue.
W concert, my personal opinion.
My best friend, give it up for Dawson! Gentlemen, give him a little bit of sugar. Inside of this t-shirt shooter launcher is a t-shirt. And on this t-shirt, that is inside of the t-shirt shooter launcher, is a hand-drawn, by my dad, title of the song that we are singing today. So whoever catches it, please unravel the t-shirt and hold it up for the cameras to see. That's all you gotta do. Enjoy. And it's caught by the lady with the satchel. Ladies and gentlemen, take me to church. My love has got a funeral. She's the giggle at a funeral. Cause everybody's disapproval, shooting worship to her shoulder. The only heaven I'll be sent to is I'm with you. Amen. Amen.
Benson Boone is not what everyone thinks he is. Everyone either glazes him or absolutely hates him. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not a Benson Boone glazer. I don't think he's the best music artist to ever exist. I don't think he's the next Michael Jackson. I think he's trying to be the next Freddie Mercury. But definitely don't hate him, and I definitely understand the hype. But if you are wanting to go see Benson Boone for the concert, I would go. It's definitely worth it. It's definitely a lot of fun. Dress up. If you do go, do dress up. Go ahead and like tag me on my Instagram, which is in the description down below. I post the national holiday every single day on there. And so go ahead and tag me in your actual Benson Boone outfits just because I want to see, because I really like mine. It was a lot of fun to dress up. And yeah, so thank you for choosing to watch this video. Please like and subscribe if you aren't already. Go ahead and hit that notification bell if you're so kind, so you know when I am super cool and I post a video. Have an amazing rest of your day or night, depending on when you're watching this. I love every single one of you guys, individually and as a team, whether you are a subscriber or not. But if you want to be a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell and all that stuff. Peace out, guys. See you in the next video. And thank you to Off-Brand Andrew for being a member of my YouTube channel.